Hi everybody, my name is Roman. I have a Tesla Model 3 Performance, and I wanted to show you something cool. This is ScanMyTesla app. I installed it a couple months ago. All you need is like an OBD link adapter here, um, and then this app. And you can see there's you can get a whole bunch of data out of your car. So, for example, on the screen you can see in the top the state of charge, then how much power goes to the front motor, the rear motor, how much goes to the battery from the battery, and on the bottom you just saw in the beginning the speed and the torque on each motor, and you can see how much the battery voltage, the power coming out of the battery. Um, then you have the DC-DC converter, so how much it charges the 12-volt system, or how much the 12-volt system uses here. You can see how much watts, so that's usually like radio or your even your car heating, car seat heating, um, but also some really detailed knowledge things, detailed information about the coolant system, how much the bypass is, how much the temperature of target outside. You can see it's pretty cool outside here, 3 degrees Celsius. And when I took this video, and then you can see how much, what the temperature is of the powertrain. You can see how much, all the information you might want to, if you want to analyze how a car is behaving, because Tesla is actually, they don't show you all that, it just works, kind of like Apple. But it's cool that there's ways you can look deeper into this. There's also, the capacity of the battery. You can see, the full pack will be like 70 kilowatt an hours. And then I'm here at like, 53%, and it shows you the range. If I'm driving, I guess, no, right now I'm still standing still. You can see I'm standing still, and it uses 2 to 3 kilowatts for heating. So you can see in what it will look like if you're accelerating from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. You can see in the top how much power I'm using. You can see it uses both motors, and you can see that I'm recovering. I'm getting off the gas pedal, then how much I'm recovering, up to 70 kilowatts. And this is also not like these numbers are not available on the infotainment of the Tesla car, but here you can see, all the details. I'm not sure how accurate this is, um, being a third-party app, but yeah, just for reference, driving here 100 at 7 kilometers an hour, so it's about 68 or something miles per hour, and I would, I didn't do like um, a test where I did like repeatable conditions. I just wanted to see what kind of info comes out, how much you're using, if you're cruising, how much you're recovering. And here's a typical country road scenario. So cruising at like 110 kilometers an hour, which will be 60 something miles per hour. Um, and you can see cruising, it takes very little, but as soon as you accelerate, usually just the rear motor, is used. Um, and but here on the Autobahn, you can see higher speeds than 60 miles per hour. There's the outrun on ramp, slower here, going 60 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per hour. Um, Cruising, barely using any power. And then as um, as soon as I'm accelerating here, 85, and now I'm using all the power, and as soon as I need more power, it goes to, higher. It uses the front motor as well, and yeah, that's pretty interesting, information. So it doesn't usually, you can see, 165 kilometers an hour, it's around 100 miles per hour. It just uses the rear motor to keep the car stationary or to keep the car going. But as soon as you brake or take a bit off the pass pedal, or as soon as you accelerate and use more than a certain amount of kilowatts, it will use the front motor as well. I'm not sure what limits here are. But the interesting part is that you don't feel any of this. I mean, you just drive, and it like distributes the power all the time. I guess trying for efficiency because it doesn't. Um, it uses one motor here, probably the permanent magnet motor, um, and the other one is switched off, and it's only used when you need more. So you can see accelerating here, and it doesn't take the rear motor to its limit and then use the front. It goes like, you can see here 130 something kilowatts from the rear motor, and then it uses some from the front. So I guess there's an efficiency curve behind this as well, where it uses the rear motor until it becomes to its peak efficiency, and then it starts using the front motor as well. Here you can see it. I'm recovering 70 kilowatts. Or I feel like this is the max it does, but it does this for both motors. And you can see I was trying to find out at what point the front motor also is used. And it was trying around. So as you know, I'm not speeding here. On Autobahn, we have certain areas where you can drive faster, as fast as you like. Others are restricted, so it's not like, oh, anything goes. But here I was able to just cruise different speed levels and just find out how much power it's using and so on. And you can use this information, if you wanted to test. For example, I'm just cruising usually at, I don't know, 130 kilometers an hour. What's my real usage here, and where does all this usage go? What is my estimate range, and why does the car behave it does, because Tesla gives you like an estimated range, but it doesn't actually, and it shows you also like usage, but it's not like as detailed as this. So if you wanted to know more, this app is pretty good, a pretty good way to go. Um, and I'm just gonna let you watch a little while, without me talking, um, just to see, here acceleration and letting it off the gas, um, just to see different speed levels and so on. And interesting here is also see it just uses actually just the rear motor for braking, which is weird in my opinion. Because I would expect the front motor will be recovering as well, but it seems to be just the rear motor. I just noticed that. Um, and it's a small information, but here on on the bottom one, you can see the speed, but you can also see the torque. You can also see the torque for the engine, for each motor. So that information is pretty interesting as well. I guess you can rewind and check out the other one condition. So here's cold weather performance. Here I split, there's other things you can see. You can acceleration at cold weather. Obviously it's a bit slower because you need, the battery is not at the right temperature, and other stuff is not the right temperature. And you're also needing around 3 to 4 kilowatts for charge for heating. Which you can see when I have later on in this video where I'm just standing still, and you can see how much power it's using just for heating the car. But here I had some low speed cruising, 50 kilometers an hour, so it's like in the city, and you can see how little it's using there. It's pretty much just what's for heating purposes. It's using not a lot to cruise at these low speeds. And again, you can see the temperatures of the battery, the cell temperatures here at 12 degrees Celsius, so it's like 50 Fahrenheit. You can see the powertrain is cool. You can see that the front and rear stators are at 40 degrees Celsius. So I assume that's how they heat the battery, because I'm driving very slow, but I think it's putting a charge through the motors um, to heat it up. Interesting, you see it's also reversing. It uses the front motor for reversing, and the rear is not. So you would just able to see that. Um, I thought that's pretty interesting as well. So again, I didn't I really have a test purpose or test plan. I can do that if you request that. I just wanted to see what's possible to visualize with this app, and um, you know you can do certain scenarios and just analyze your car a bit. Um, the main purpose for me was just to see when it uses which motor, and how much power it's using for the battery heating, and just to see how much power and torque you're using when accelerating. Okay, so I'll just fade out here without me talking anymore. I think there's another minute or so of the video. So thank you for tuning in, and let me know in the comments if you need any or want any tests. I can drive up to 250 kilometers an hour if you would like me to, and I can show you how much power it's using at that time. Again, here you can see standstill 3 kilowatts. The car is just heating at that time. I can also do different temperature tests. So let me know, and thank you for tuning in, and have a good day.